It is Friday, April 7th, so that means it is Good Friday. As far as the Christian calendar goes, my mom and I went to the Maundy Thursday service last night, and it was really good. I enjoyed doing that, and now it's Good Friday, and I have the day off of work, which is really nice. So I've just been up kind of getting a few chores done, washing my sheets, making some coffee, and not only is it Good Friday, but it is the start of the Flowerathon readathon that Rachel is having for her birthday this weekend. So it'll be today through Sunday, and I think, as I told y'all in a previous video, the only prompt is to read books with flowers or plants on the cover. So that's really easy to do. Y'all probably saw it in a previous clip, but I'm drinking some H-E-B Texas Pecan blend coffee. It is very good. I typically put no sugar type of stuff in my coffee. I use the Nut Pods Original Creamer. It's just a blend of like coconut and almond milk, I want to say. No sugar, no added preservatives and all that kind of crap. I don't like my coffee too sweet, and I don't know, just that much sugar in your life just probably isn't a good thing. Plus, I'd rather eat my sugar. I don't want to drink it. Like, I'd rather have a nice piece of coffee cake or something. You know, I don't want to have to drink all my calories, so. That's what's in my coffee. I'm using my San Antonio mug. I think I've mentioned to y'all before, I lived in San Antonio for, well, probably about 5 years. Practiced law there for a little while until I moved to my current town. So, yeah. What are y'all up to today? Today, I don't really have any sort of concrete plans. My husband, not too long ago, got off shift at the firehouse, and he darted in here, grabbed some other change of clothes, and darted right back out to go work at his second job on a ranch, which that job's just like something he does for fun, really. I mean, it pays well, and we love the extra income, but he just loves working out there on the ranch with all the critters. So that's his roots. He loves being outdoors, doing all that stuff. So most firefighters have second jobs because they have so many days off in a month that they find something else to do with their time. But yeah, I don't have any concrete plans today other than trying to get a lot of reading done. I've done a little bit of spring cleaning, tried to do some dishes and things earlier, and clean the countertops. I need to dust because, let me tell y'all, when you have dogs, it gets dusty, especially out here in Texas. So it's just going to be kind of a chill day, I think. It's pretty cloudy and chilly outside, so perfect day for reading. And I think the book that I'm going to start out with is, let me go grab it. Okay, yeah, I've got my little stack of books here. Y'all probably saw these in my TBR. I have the books I'd Rather Be Reading by Anne Bogle. Just kind of a short little quick read. There are flowers right there on the cover. I also have Left for Dead. There's flowers in the vase up there. I don't know if you can see it from where you are, but kind of right there. Little cozy mystery with a bunny, perfect for Easter, so I love that. And also Practical Magic with the flowers on the boot there. And don't tell anybody, but I cheated. I already started reading it. So I got a little jump start on the readathon, but I don't think readathons are that strict. I don't think you get disqualified for cheating. So that's okay. So we'll just continue reading Practical Magic, and then I don't know which one's next. We'll just go from there. I actually stayed up a little too late last night reading this other cozy mystery that I've been reading. I'm almost finished with it, so I'm really tempted to like finish that one up first because I only have like 50 pages to go. So I'm really tempted to finish that up before I start the readathon books. I think I might do that. I just stayed up too late reading it, and by late I mean like 11:30. That's late to me. I'm usually in bed by 9:30. I'm an old lady. And then I just laid there until 2 a.m. not being able to turn my brain off, which is not like me at all. I'm the one that when my head hits the pillow, I'm out. But for some reason, I just kept running through trial strategies in my head. Not stressing, just practicing in my head. Little evidentiary strategies, trial strategies, going over and over it in my head. I don't have a trial coming up, so I don't know why I was doing this. That's where my brain was going on a Thursday night. So I have not gotten much sleep because I only fell asleep around 2 a.m., woke up at 6, which normally I wake up at 5, so I technically slept in a little bit, but I'm rambling again, and Chief is whining about something. I think he wants a toy. I don't really know, but I'm gonna go start reading, figure out what Chief wants, and I'll catch up with y'all in a little bit. Wanted to show y'all real quick the cozy mystery that I was up late reading last night. It's called Brownies and Broomsticks. I don't know if y'all can see that because it's kind of shiny. It's by Bailey Cates. It's the first in the Magical Bakery Mystery series. I love it. You can see I'm almost done. That's why I just want to kind of like finish this up and then get into the readathon books. Essentially, if you don't remember from when I talked about this in a past haul video, I think, you're following Katie, and she was working at this Ohio bakery as like an assistant manager or something, and Judge has decided to join us. That's Judge. He is a German short-haired pointer, if you're curious. He has cute little spots all over him. But anyway, Katie is tired of working at this Ohio bakery, and she moves to Georgia to join her aunt and uncle and start their own bakery. And she starts noticing that her aunt like says stuff under her breath and is like putting different herbs and different things in the bakery items, and she's like, what in the world? And then before you know it, she figures out she comes from a family of witches. And that's not a spoiler, that's on the back. And you know, it's cozy mystery, so someone ends up dead and her uncle is a main suspect, and she has to go about figuring it out. And not only does she have these sleuthing skills, but she has these witchy abilities that help her with it as well. So kind of a double whammy. And then there's of course the standard cozy mystery love triangle. In this one, it happens to be between I thought I saw a man messing with my mailbox, but it wasn't. That was a quick assumption, but his dog pooped in our yard and he was nice enough to clean it up. You don't see that very often. Nice man. Where was I? What was I talking about? Oh yeah, there's a love triangle, which most cozy mysteries have a love triangle. There's two like equally studly men that are interested in the main character, and one of them's typically like the bad boy type and the other one's the good boy type. I don't know why it's always like that, it just is. And in this case, the good boy is the local firefighter, and the bad boy is kind of this reporter type of guy. So, you know, we'll see which one she ends up with. So far, there are not really any clues as to who she'll end up with, and I'm almost done, so who knows where that love triangle is gonna go. If it was me, I would pick the firefighter, but that's no surprise to anybody because I'm married to one. It's the uniform, y'all. A man in uniform is just, whew, chef's kiss. Yes, any uniform. Military, law enforcement, firefighters, just, oof, there's something about it. You know? You know. Anyway, let's get some reading done. I finished Brownies and Broomsticks, and it was so stinking good. I Loved it. I really, really, really need the second book, but I can't buy any books in April. So I'm just gonna have to put it on my wish list. And it looks like there's some recipes in the back, which is really cool. For one of these is for peanut butter swirl brownies. Oh, oh my goodness. Yeah, so good. As with Cozy Mysteries, the author definitely left it open for uh, more books. So I kind of want to look up what the second book is because I'm really interested now. Okay, so it looks like the first one's Brownies and Broomsticks, obviously. The second one is Bewitched, Bothered, and Biscotti. Um, I can't wait. I'm so excited. It looks like she's been writing these for quite a while, I think. But yeah, I'm excited to get to the second one. But like I said, we gotta wait till April's over and the book buying ban is off. And until then, we have a stack of books that we need to get to for the Flowerathon. So I think what I'm gonna do is take a quick break, pull my sheets out of the dryer, go put them on the bed, and then maybe get a little something to eat and continue reading. So I'll see y'all in a second. It's been a minute. This weekend was just so crazy. I mean, as you know, I've been trying to do the Flowerathon, Readathon, but it was also Easter weekend. So I don't know about y'all's families, but there was just a ton going on this weekend. At least at the church I go to, and maybe some of yours, there's a lot leading up to Easter. There's a Maundy Thursday service, a Good Friday service, and then there's, of course, Easter, and then my husband and I both have our families in town. We're very blessed to have that. And so Saturday, we spent most of the day with my family. I think I showed y'all some clips from that. We just kind of hung out, grilled out, dyed Easter eggs, all of that sort of thing. And then on Sunday, we went to church and then hung out with his family afterwards. So it was just a really fun-filled weekend. It's Monday as I'm talking to y'all right now. So it was just a really fun weekend, but at the same time, I didn't get any reading done, really. I did try, and that's kind of what I wanted to talk to y'all about, is the books that I had planned for the readathon and how it went. So let's talk about it. So I think I initially told y'all I was going to start reading or continue reading Practical Magic, but I don't know. I just really had a hard time continuing to read, not because it's a bad book. I think it's a very good book. But for me personally, it tracked the movie so closely. There was a lot of differences and a lot more detail, but it tracked the movie so closely, and I can practically narrate the movie that I just felt like, I don't know, I just felt like, I know what's gonna happen. Like, I've seen the movie, it's tracking the movie almost exactly. And so I was just kind of like, not bored of the story, but just bored because I've seen it before, if that makes any sense. So I was just, I don't know. I've had a weird reading weekend. I've just been very moody with my reading. So I didn't end up finishing it. I don't know if I will later, but sometimes when you've seen the movie 1,000 times and it's the same story, you're kind of like, yeah, I know where this is going, and there's no surprises, nothing really too exciting. But if you have read this, and because I got about 100 pages in. So if you think that there's something after about 100 pages that's really different from the movie, or that I should push through and continue reading, let me know in the comments. Because I do love the story. I'm not knocking the book at all. It just wasn't one that I was, in the mood to read. And I didn't get to I'd Rather Be Reading at all. Just gonna be honest, didn't get to it at all. Maybe will in the future. And Left for Dead, I was even trying to read more of it this morning, and I haven't gotten very far at all, maybe a few chapters in. And it's good. I was enjoying it. I even posted about it on my Instagram, but there's just something like odd about it to me. It's the writing style. I can't figure it out, but the author's writing style is like, it's the way the characters talk. It's almost too proper. I'm like, people don't talk that way normally. It's very proper English. And I almost sat there and went, is this author British? But I don't think she's British. But it's like super proper. It's words that most people wouldn't use. And this woman is supposed to be running a bunny rehab type of farm. And I'm like, I don't know any farm girls that talk like they went to Oxford. Like, I'm not saying they're not smart. I don't know. I don't know that it fit the character. It just felt way too proper. And I'm not saying this is a bad author or anything. And I think there's a potentially good story here. I don't know. I was getting kind of annoyed with it. So I was like, before I start to hate it, let me just put it down. And I looked up the author, and I think she is probably, I hate guessing women's age, but she's probably in her 50s, maybe older. I don't know, which isn't a bad thing at all. Not dissing older women. Just, I think maybe that was where the super proper English was coming from, and she's trying to portray a 30-something-year-old character, and I'm like, I'm not really feeling it. I'm not vibing that this is a 30-year-old who runs a farm. Like, I don't know. I just wasn't vibing with it. And if you've read it, maybe let me know. The writing just felt like it didn't fit the character, I think is what I'm trying to say. It just, I don't know. I was just having a lot of trouble believing it. Let me see if I can find a piece in the book that'll describe the kind of language that I'm talking about. Kind of like this. I don't know. I don't know if this is a good example, but this is the one I have so far. She says, I'm glad you have the ability and fortitude to handle these situations. I can't be here all the time to be of use should another episode take place. I don't know, like, I fully understand that. That is proper English, but she's sitting there with like her best friend chatting at the farm, just kind of eating. You would think it'd sound better, like more casual, instead of saying, I'm glad you have the ability and fortitude to handle these situations. Like, just say, really glad you can handle yourself, or something more like casual, something a 30-year-old would throw out there to their best friend. Like, I don't think I would talk to my best friend and say, I'm glad you have the ability and fortitude to handle these situations. I don't know. It just sounds a little pretentious. And the second sentence that says, I can't be here all the time to be of use should another episode take place. That's proper English, and that's how people write, but that's not how they talk. You would just say, I can't be here all the time in case something else happens. that's how you would talk out loud to your friend. And I just feel like it'd make it more believable. These are a couple of 30, 20 something year olds chatting about this over breakfast. And so I don't know, the language was just getting to me. I don't know. It was just kind of irritating. And I'm a well-educated woman. I write very well, but that's not how I talk. So I don't know. I don't hate it. And I like the story, but I was just getting slightly annoyed, and I was like, I'd better put it down before I don't want to pick it up again. And I don't know. I feel like the readathon kind of went, flat for me. Not because there's anything wrong with the readathon, but just it was a crazy weekend. Hardly any time to read. And the books that I did pick, I just wasn't really vibing well with. So at the moment, I've gone back to The Devil's Hand by Jack Carr. I've been trying to get this finished for several months now. I just keep putting it down and mood reading other things. But it's an awesome book. I love it. I have to get through this one and the next one, In the Blood, because the book after that, Only the Dead, comes out May 16th. So I have like a month-ish to try to get through 2 books. Well, 1.5, So I'm probably going to continue with this one. It's way different than anything I was trying to read for the readathon. And sometimes when you're in a bit of a slump or you're just kind of not vibing well with some books, you got to throw in something completely different. So Jack Carr is one of my favorite authors. I'm usually never disappointed by his books. So I'm just going to keep reading this and go from there. And I don't know, I'm sorry this was kind of a short vlog. I had intended to do so many more, clips this weekend, but it was just crazy. I don't know. I'm maybe doing a readathon over Easter weekend was a little chaotic, but I enjoyed trying to participate anyway. Enjoyed hanging out with y'all. You may have seen that my mom and I went and got some plants at Home Depot, and I planted those. I got lavender, lemon sage, I believe, or no, lemon thyme, and rosemary. I like herbs, and I like that kind of thing. I'm not great with plants, but I am trying. Typically, I kill them, but I am trying, and it's spring, so it was kind of a fun springtime activity. And let me know how y'all's Easter weekend went. Do you celebrate Easter? Do you not? What did you get up to? Did you read anything? Did you participate in the readathon? Let me know. And you may notice that I did not post a video on Monday like usual. I have not forgotten about y'all, and I have not forgotten about my uploading or anything like that. I'm just trying to see how well my channel will do if I upload on different days. I think when your channel's kind of in its infancy, you have to try different things, figure out what days work best. So I'm going to try uploading on some different days of the week and see if that works out better, see if it allows a little more traffic to the channel. I'm not sure, so just experimenting, haven't forgotten anything, not giving up on YouTube. But yeah, we'll see how it works, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye, y'all.